Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a high-level best of 5 between two great Korean players. In the top right, spawning as our blue Protoss, playing for Club NV. It is Creator. And in the bottom left, on Ancient Cistern, in the red colors, it is Dark. Fantastic player that often throws a bit of a curveball. Likes his strategies to be kind of out there, different than the other Zergs. Creator, on the other hand, feels like he's one of these players that pays a lot of attention to minor details in his builds, and he really thinks the builds out very, very far. He knows what he wants the opponent to see, he knows what he doesn't want the opponent to see, and he's very careful about always having optimized build orders. He's a player that perhaps isn't the best when it comes to a more standard game, but in a prepared environment, Creator in the past year to year and a half has really impressed me with his play. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go in this best of 5 here. Creator, of course, also a player known for his emotional outburst, I would say, known to scream at his monitor when he's winning or when he's losing. Just a very emotional player. So it's always fun to watch these guys perform, whether that's perform well or perform poorly. At least it gets interesting when you pay attention to the camera. Now we have a little bit of minor probe harassment going on here in this in Dark's base. Like I said, Dark, capricious player. Don't quite know what he's going to throw at you. Could be anything. Could be a link flood. I've seen him link flood loads of players. Just players better, players worse. It doesn't really matter. Dark link floods if he wants to. Roach all-ins. Hydra Link Bane. He can play a lot of different things, but he doesn't shy away from the late games either, where if he gets into that stage where he has multiple control groups, controlling big groups of units, Infestors, Vipers, Broodlords in there, Corruptors, he has separate control groups for everything, and he controls it like almost no one else can. I think Dark and Zero really a class apart there, away from all the other Zerg players. Really showcasing what they're capable of when it comes to that stage of the game. Now, Creator here, opening up with a fast adept. As Dark, ooh, what was this? This was kind of a fast third base. See speed on the way as well. These queens are pretty late. These queens are really late. Look at that. Holy crap, what happened here? Usual queen timing is 236. I'm not quite sure what happened in the early game, but that queen came out a lot slower than it usually does. Maybe the hatch got built before the queens. That's definitely what happened. And that delayed the queens. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Double overlords across the map as well. If the first unit is a Void Ray, that would be kind of good, honestly, for Creator. I don't think that's going to be the case, as instead we see an Oracle come out. Stalker as the second unit. It's Overlord. No, not in any trouble. Doesn't seem to be, at least. Second gate is on the way. Is the Stalker just kind of chilling here on his own ramp. Curious what Creator's plans are. Definitely, like, this is what I was mentioning, right? He's a player that likes to hide things. He's a little bit secretive. And if he can get away with something unscouted, it often hits hard. Oh, talk about getting away with things unscouted. This is what I was talking about Dark being unpredictable here. Throws down a Roach Warren, second gas. Can't go for a queen walk on a map like this, so it's going to be... what? Straight... What is this? Is this a misread? Did he think that this was a Twilight opener? And just now realizes that it's an Oracle? Is that actually what happened here? Roach Warren did not get cancelled. Second gas not getting saturated here. What happened here? Now we have the Spores on the way, but getting a fast second gas and a Roach Warren is kind of expensive. Those are two drones that are not working for you, are not mining for you. It's going to cost you a decent chunk of pocket change here. It's like maybe 100, 120 minerals. Now these Oracles pop in. We'll take a little bit of damage, but also take out 2 more drones. It wouldn't surprise me if Dark will still go for some type of all-in from here. I mean, he's been mining a lot of gas already. Feels like he's behind if he goes into a standard game. This should go down. Yep, it does. Can we get a revelation? No, we don't need to. As 2 adepts get sent out across the map. 3rd base is on the way. Battery in a very forward position. This is a battery against an all-in. This is not a battery that you build in order to defend your mineral line against Ling run bys. This is saying, hey, I'm afraid of a roach attack. Is this a second roach warren? Is he memeing? Oh, he forgot that he built that roach warren already. That's a pretty sizable error, actually. Straight into 6 gas. Look at this. This is really quick gases. This is a late 4th base. So we're either going to be looking at a roach all-in, maybe swarm host? Spire? No, it's range. It's gonna be swarm host, I think. Or just a straight... Either a roach attack with like pneumatized carapace, but usually you get a 4th base with that still for the extra larva and the fake. At least slightly faster. Yeah, we're not seeing an infestation pit, so maybe it's just going to be a straight up roach attack here. 66 workers are out as we have oracles going for scouts, trying to deal damage. So far 4 workers have gone down. It's not the end of the world. What is the follow-up going to be here for Creator? We've seen a Robo start. He's building an Immortal as well as +1. Now we're getting the Twilight Council, as well as a couple of extra gateways. This is an attack that we don't usually see. It's kind of a disjointed attack, if anything. It's a bunch of ragtag stalkers, adepts, half a sentry, and a zealot. It's going to return back home as well. So they're not going to be capable of doing anything. Cannon gets built. Gases are pretty late. This is an odd opener. I'm just going to say it. This is an odd opener out of Creator, but he knows best. And I think he also should be capable of figuring out what is going on here. Is that a Nidus network? That indeed is a Nidus network. Okay. Nidus Swarmos. This is a build that was very popular in 2019, but hasn't been popular since, and for an okay reason. I think that these days Protoss players just know what to do against it. Of course, the Nidus got nerfed a little bit as well, and yeah, I think Disruptors are just such a good answer against it. At the moment they come out, most of the time this just doesn't work. Good creep denial initially as well, which means that the Swarmos can't be easily protected by Queens unless there's a Nidus. Looks to me like the Nidus is going to go down here. So we have a Ling in position. Oh, actually, we also have a Ling in position here. But 3rd base as the first Swarmos position makes some sense. This hallucination scouts the infestation pit as well as the Nidus network. And I think Creator right now knows what's kicking off. Needs to start sending out units to spot for where that Nidus is going to pop. And indeed, we see the oracles moving towards the top side of the map, looking for a Nidus network that's never going to pop there, as it has already finished on the bottom side. Creators seem to be willing to take a 4th base, but it's not going to commit quite yet to that. We do have our first wave coming in here for Dark. Hold positioning some of these locusts. 6 probes go down. Good start. He has an okay start. Super battery also gets activated, so actually a good start. Next Nidus cannot be put up here, which means that this will need to be used again. And I think Creator is going to stop that. Is there enough roaches here? No, there's not enough roaches to defend this. There's 5 Immortals out as well. 2 Immortals are still behind this wall, and that's frustrating, of course. Here come the Swarm host. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17. I'm not going to count all the way to 17. That's a bit much. Also, I'm not capable of that, so even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be doing it. There is a stasis ward, but a couple of locusts go in first. These locusts will never see the light of day again, as they will expire in the stasis ward. Biles raining down from the sky. Dark with a good exchange here, I think. But now the Immortals are coming in, and that means that this Nidus is going to end up falling. No Queens here either, so Oracle plus Immortal, just such a powerful combination. Oracles immediately go towards the top side. I would love to see some units going here as well. We know that the Nidus is up top, but of course Creator isn't aware of that. He needs to spread his units out. Now finds this Nidus, could start fighting it. There we go. Oracle starts going ham. New Nidus network gets built immediately, but that's going to delay the next wave. And every bit of delay that you have is going to be good here for Creator, as he continues right now with getting a bigger army, more Immortals, more Archons, super battery available once again as well, as he knows where the wave is going to come from. He's very aware of this. Oh, I like this. Sending 2 Immortals forward to trigger the drop of the Locust, and then just moving back, picking them up. Super battery gets activated. I don't think anything important is gonna die here. No. 1 Stalker and maybe half a sentry died there, but that's it. Zealots are going to get caught. That's annoying. This Nidus network is going to get blasted as well. So I really like Creator's position, actually. The follow-up seems to me like it's going to be Lurkers. But I don't think we're really going to be seeing a long Lurker game. This will end probably a little bit before it, simply because Creator is gearing up for a massive attack here. Does not have Storm, though. But if he stops the next wave without taking any damage, I think he could just A-move across the map. Look at this Immortal count. This is 11 Immortals. This is an insane army. He's gonna lose the third base for free, and he'll send it. He's gonna send it real fast as well. Immortals trying to thwart this Roach army. And at the same time, Creator moves across the map. Just needs to be careful, making sure that no Lurkers make it out alive. Lurkers could definitely ruin this party. First 3 just get sniped there for free. A couple of Immortals are out of position, but there's still 5 over here. Yeah, you can chase a Roach army with 6 Immortals if you have 5 Immortals with your main army as well. Now here come the other Immortals once again. Roach is getting absolutely slaughtered. Next Swarm Host Wave should be available soon. Yep, there we go. Archon in trouble. Perhaps some of these Immortals in trouble as well. There's still a lot of larva available. That means that 18 Hydras can be built. Creator perhaps does not have a long enough breath to continue this push. Does not have the sustain here. The reinforcements of the many gateways. I don't think he can quite afford it. There's still a lot of Immortals though. Look at this garbage. Holy crap. These Immortals though getting caught out of position. One will go down. Second almost eats a bile. More and more units being warped in. We're waiting for the next Swarm Host wave. Is it going to be available soon? Not really. Drones get pulled as well. 183 supply against 146. Here comes Creator moving in, moving forward. Hydra's once again falling, and there comes the Swarm Host wave. There is a very low Archon, but this is a good move away out of Creator. I mean, a lot of the supply for the Zerg is currently in those Swarm Hosts. So if you're not fighting with Locust, it means you're most likely going to be winning this fight. Take a look at the resources lost. Actually relatively close. I'm surprised by that. But Creator currently actually up in workers. He is down a base still, so it is important that he deals some damage. And let's not forget that if he goes back home, that the Swarm Host waves are going to just hit him on his side of the map. So best thing for Creator is to continue pushing in, despite him currently being up in workers. Usually, of course, if you're up in workers, defending is fine. But in this case, I really don't like the push in. Interesting blink forward is going to make it a slightly better position. Prism gets taken out, though, and well, that's it then. GG gets called. Wow, Creator with a loss here. Kind of surprising. Well, I'm not sure if it was surprising, but it is a loss. This always happens with that type of game where it feels like that the Protoss can just A-move across the map, but if you give the Zerg too much time, then better units come out. And in a way, there was somewhat of a timer, I guess, on Creator, because there was Hive Tech already, which means access to Vipers. There was access to Lurkers as well. I think Seismic Spines might have even been researched. So there's a couple of things there where there's a force, you know, that's pressuring. What is this? What is this? There's a force that's pressuring Creator to attack. So despite that attack looking perhaps bad, I think it was probably okay-ish. What is this guy doing? This guy's evil. He just hit his drone, patrolling over here, pretending to proxy edge. That's an insidious move, alright? That's not allowed. That is messed up. I do not approve of that. I do not approve of that one bit. That could have gone horribly wrong as well. If that probe had paid attention, I think that the drone got envisioned there for a second. You just block the hatchery and you're playing pool first with a hatch on a third. I don't want to say that the game is over, but it looks pretty darn bad. Now we have this was a 16 pool into a gas, no Roach Worm being thrown down, so I guess it's more of a standard 16 pool, if that is a thing. It's not going to be with quick anything. Does he have a response against this? So the normal response against this, from what I can recall, I guess this is fine. I don't really care, to be honest. This looks completely okay. Just can cancel this the moment your adept finishes up, cancel your warp gate as well, and then you're good to go. At least in my mind. Yep, there we go. Cancels the warp gate. Starts the chrono on the second adept. Chronos or shades the first one across the map and starts a Stargate. And this is completely fine. This is an okay opener here. I approve it. Stargate is late though. Holy crap. That Stargate actually is really late. Was this a core before Nexus? I think it might have been. The Stargate is delayed by almost 17 seconds and the adept walking straight into a surround. What a huge error here. What a mistake. Dark with the clutch plays. Gets that adept down. Yikers. Did build 8 links, so still a decent investment for one adept. And also played pool first, so even more of a big investment for a single adept. But maybe worth it. Maybe ever so slightly worth it. Here comes the first... Ooh. I was gonna say Oracle, but this is a Void Ray. Creator, creator, creator. That's a build order and a half. Pilot on the edge. Gonna try and kill 2 overlords here. He knows where one is. He sees it. And he's seen the second one as well, I believe. So you're gonna go chasing that one first? No. First the free pick-off and then the not so free pick-off, I guess. That's going to be the plan for now. Spore on the way in the main base? Yeah, in the main base here for Dark. Interesting position. Doesn't deny as much of the mining. It's in a very optimal position when it comes to mining denial. Or I guess optimal position when it comes to mining optimization. But not so great when it comes to defending your drones. And I think that is usually the main purpose of the Spore. Is make sure your drones don't die. Because if you don't want the Spore to interfere with your mineral line, you might as well not build it or build it over here. But that's just not a very good location. It's the same here. It's too far down. I think you want to build at least 2 hexes up. First Overlord went down. Second one is on the way to Overlord Hell as well. No, it's not. This balloon is not going to get popped. His third base is on the way. There's an Oracle at home here. Adepts being warped in, and we'll have to wait and see what will actually go down here. But it feels like it's just going to be more of a standard game. No fast second gas, no Roach Warren coming out of Dark early on this time. So no need for the quick double Roach Warren build. None of that is going to be necessary. This Oracle looking for damage. It's going to be Void Ray into Oracle. Into Forged Twilight. No, Robo Twilight. Oh, is this an Archon drop? This looks like an Archon drop, doesn't it? Archon drop is one of those build orders that comes back once every 4 years. It's like the Olympics. You know? No one really knows when it happens. But you know that at some point in the future you're going to be watching the Olympics again. Like sports that you don't really care about, like ice skating or I don't know, like other sports that get played at the Olympics. I don't know, I don't really watch it. Everyone gets really excited for them and then ignores the sport for another 4 years. It's the same with the Archon drop. You see it and you get a little bit excited. It's like, oh, Archon drop, that sounds good. Kind of interesting as well. Maybe you get charged with it. You do like an Archon Zealot attack and then you try it once on the ladder and your opponent defends it with 85 workers. And kills you with a roach counter attack. And you're like, ah, right, that's why no one plays it. Because it's garbage. This build is extremely bad. For Zerg players, it's almost impossible to die against it. You need to try really hard to die if you want to lose something against an Archon drop. Look at the timing it hits. It's gonna hit at 6:30. This is without +1. 3 Stargate units. Good control actually here on these Oracles. Takes out 5 drones. Wow. I do enjoy that. I really do enjoy that. 4 roaches on the way. 8 drones as well coming out right now. The Archons are out. This is going to hit 7 minutes in. This isn't even a fast Archon drop. This is like the closing ceremony of the Olympics. That's how late it's hitting. What am I watching? Forge Robo Bay? That's a build and a half. Actually works in 8 zealots. And there's just 12, 13 roaches in position. People just like the thought of the Archon drop, but it's not good. This always happens. This literally always happens. You warp in, and then you have to be immediately you're like, oh, what's my hotkey for recall again? Because I want to get out of here ASAP. He just lost 3 zealots, killed 5 workers, and this is what he invested all of his efforts into. Cleared no creep on the map. Nice. Right-clicking a hatchery. This is really not okay. I do not approve of this at all. This is really, really not okay. What in the world is Dark playing, though? It's playing Roach Hydra. It's like I'm watching a game from 2016 or something. When Roach Hydra was popular and Archon drops were considered an actual build. Creator doesn't have a fort base, 8 minutes and 12 seconds in. Starts a fleet beacon. He's playing against someone that's on 70 drones, pumping roaches and hydras. And he's going for a fleet beacon. Double star... This is double Stargate. You can't be serious. I've never seen this build in my entire life. This is a Void Ray into Oracles, into 2 Stargates. No, sorry, into Archon drop, into 2 Stargates. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. Space is gonna go down, isn't it? No way. Actually? Confuse wasn't available. Was close though. 2 bases! What am I watching? What am I watching? How many disruptors are there? It's only 2. Is that too little? I think that... I don't know if that's too little. Throw one shot, that hits nothing. Okay, we're gonna need a 3rd one, for sure. 8 overload... What is... This is a build order. 9 minutes and 27 seconds we're hitting. I just don't know what I'm seeing here. I just don't understand this game. What? Okay, here comes the drop in towards the main. Dark sets up. And off to the races we go. Hitting with a 66 drone all in. 9 minutes and 50 seconds in game. Max Packs would have 6 carriers by now. Take a look at his defense. Okay, 1 disruptor defensively over here. Super battery with the cannon. We're still on 3 base. Void Ray's now moving in to clear this. I mean, this is just going to die, you know? Okay, this is... I know what happened here. I know what happened. Dark was talking to a friend. And his friend was a diamond player. And that friend told him that he had a good build. And then rather than practicing it, Dark decided to follow his friend's advice. And play it in the Intellect Remasters Katowice. That guy is not Dark's friend anymore now. What in the world is this build order? He just tried to go for a 66 drone all in against someone that was stacking into Fleet Beacon. Taking a fort base and up 13 workers. If you can't kill your opponent that is doing all of that, your all-in isn't very good. I don't know. To be fair, I did lose 2 hatcheries, which probably also shouldn't happen. Didn't happen to his friend in Diamond. This entire series is a throwback to 5 years ago. Triple Void Ray run by. Carapace? What? Carapace doesn't really work against disruptors, though. I'm sure Dark is aware of that, no? Here comes a Hydra run by? Hydra run by takes out a pylon. Then goes for interceptors. I think you could have maybe cleared some probes at least, but I guess you're not really hoping to clear probes. Dark got destroyed. He got squashed like a bug. This was insane. The game has been over for a little while, and Dark is still staying in. He's on 69 workers. Nice. Building 18 Hydras at a time against someone that is constructing carriers and has 4 disruptors. Dark is stuck on lair tech. And now throws down an infestation pit. If Dark comes back into this game, I'm actually gonna eat a shoe. Maybe even 2 shoes. I'll buy an entire shoe store and eat all of the shoes. That's what I'm gonna do. Make a YouTube video out of it. Something that could be on Mr. Beast's channel. I bought a shoe company and ate every shoe. That will be me. Yes, this has been... This game is very, very over right now. I'm not even sure if you need to throw the disruptor balls. You probably have to. No, maybe not even. You probably just A-move. You win the game. No way that a Zerg can win this base trade, right? Zerg is legitimately down in supply with a worse army composition. I'd be impressed if the Zerg wins this. I'm not even sure if he can break these cannon line. Super battery can be activated. Super battery can be activated. Super battery not gonna be activated. GG gets called. As the score is now officially 1-1. Game number 3 over here as... I don't... You know, sometimes in life, you wonder what you did wrong. You know, you practice StarCraft 2 all day. Yeah, optimize your build orders. Think deeply. And then you watch Dark play. And it's obvious to me that this guy is just having a good time. You know, he doesn't really care too much about winning either. You know, the first time he showed up for like the GSL or the Intel Extreme Masters, I'm not even sure if he knew there was money on the line. He just liked the video game, started playing it. And he just does things that he enjoys. And he happens to be extremely good. This is not fair. What is this build order now? Is it hatch first on his opponent's 3rd, 4th base? He's going to take away these minerals and try to go in. I'm curious how this is going to work out. This is similar to a Stargazer build. Oh my god. Oh no, Creator thought it was at the Rich Vespine Geyser base. Now realizes that's not the case. Like, wait a second. You're still really proxying me, aren't you? It's gonna go scout this. What is the actual response here? Do you get a Zealot? Yeah, you do. Do you? I don't know if you do. I'm not actually sure what the correct response is to this. This is so close to your main as well. Do you get cannons? I think you just full wall, single gas, full wall, get a forge. Cannon over here, cannon everywhere. You can wall this reasonably, no? And then what are we seeing here? A pool, couple of links coming out, speed that will start soon, and here we have the mining. You're not going to build spines, right? It's just going to be a pure link flood. Okay, the first one has been taken out. First mineral patch that is. He could have actually taken out this mineral patch already had he properly microed this drone, but let's not get caught up in the details here, because Dark is just having a good time. If you lose the drone, I'm going to be so upset, Dark. Like, you don't understand. Okay, good. Kept it alive. Now there's 2 entrances. This is Roach Warren. It's a Roach Warren, of course. Second gas, Roach Warren, speed. So it's going to be a link flood into a Roach Ravager all in. Can you even move Roaches through this area? I don't know if this is thick enough for a Roach. This is plenty for Zerglings, but you can just wall this with 1 Stalker. Feels like the play is kind of falling apart here already. Surely Dark didn't just play a build to which the counter is have a unit on hold position in the wall. This is not in range, is it? Not an expert on when it comes to battery range, but it feels like it's just out of range. This feels like Creator really wants this battery to be in range of this Stalker. And it's not. And it wasn't. Nice. More batteries coming in. Triple Ravagers on the way. Link count is up to 10. We have 21 workers for Dark. We have 26 for Creator, who's right now building a 3rd gateway and adding more batteries. My professional opinion on this game is that it's insane. And also that Creator is winning this. I'm not... What? This is an interesting wall. I actually think you need to keep a hole so you can poke at the Ravager. Just make sure you don't get surrounded with your Stalkers. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. Salad warps in. No, it's an adept warping in the main base. These links are gonna die then if you pull the workers. This is gonna be a good trade actually for Creator. Doesn't look like a good trade, but losing a couple of workers to kill a bunch of these links is actually fine. Because you have 2 hatcheries that can actually mine and you can just reproduce these workers. Your opponent is really low on larva often. So one of the limiting things here for the Zerg is actually larva, not so much the money. You see there's plenty of money, but lacking larva. So that's always interesting to note. He's not actually going to harass this mineral line, right? You can't be serious. If you would have let that shade finish, I would have bought a flight to Korea just to go flame Creator. That would not have been cool. Ravager shots here on both of these buildings. This is a good defense out of Creator. This is similar to how he used to play against whatever Bly used to do. Bly used to play a lot of proxy hatch, and we figured out eventually, after a lot of losses on the ladder and a lot of losses in tournaments, that going for 3-gate battery is actually the best response. These 2 adepts I really do like, though. Oh my god, that was a brilliant little move. That's so nice. There's a pylon here as well, so this kind of forces Dark's hand. It tells Dark, like, hey, you need to attack into me soon, rather than later. Because otherwise the Ravager count can continuously grow and you might still be in a little bit of trouble. Usually you circumvent this problem by eventually getting like a robo or maybe even adding in some sentries for force fields, getting disruptors, whatever you want. But this is also a way, this battery... Oh, this pylon needs to be a little bit careful though. Cybernetics core gets taken out. Would love to see some of this infrastructure being produced more in the back right now. Extra gateway could be added as well. Here come the Ravager biles. Do we have new adepts being warped in? No, that's not quite possible. Pylon in the back over here. This gate is definitely going to go down. New gateways need to be constructed. Look at the income difference here, though. We have 1,500 minerals against 700. This is good control on the Stalkers. Here comes Dark. Throws down biles on 3 batteries at the same time. No, Creator. That's not allowed. Not allowed to have it like that. I think there might just be enough gateway units, though. Batteries can be built again as well. So Cybernetics core has finished up. Stalkers start moving forward. Super battery got activated. There's still 1 battery with quite a bit of energy. This is going to be a semi-close game, actually. Perhaps. Maybe? Nah, there's not enough links. There's not enough roaches either. Robo goes down. 3 more gateways on the way. The eco is just so good. At this point, you can also produce probes just to help defend. Losing the probes isn't that bad, and you can use them as a meat shield, basically. Because your opponent's going to be mining out their main base soon. So losing like 12, 13 workers is not the end of the world. You're still going to be outmining your opponent. And that's exactly what Creator's doing. I think Creator played this defense extremely well. This is a difficult build to deal with. If you haven't dealt with it in a while, it's just a wild build to see. It's one of these things you don't see every single day. So I'm impressed, I'm surprised, and I'm a little bit confused. But Creator's going to be picking up his second win here, most likely, as these Ravagers are running out of steam. 15 drones against 27 probes. Income is going to be heavily favoring Creator in the next few minutes. All he needs to do is not die for really just another 40 seconds. New super battery is around as well. Sentries are regaining their energy, and most likely that means we're heading into a Protoss win here. Yep, there comes a force field. It's going to catch one of these Ravagers. A couple probes do go down, but still 15 against 26, no problem. Look at the income. Despite it not being a huge difference, it's still 700 against 850. And now these bad boys start mining again. First Immortals on the way out as well. More sentries being morphed in. I mean, this is just absolutely game over. These were awful force fields. To be fair, it looks like this would block, but this is actually a weird little doodad that doesn't block, so it tricks you. Nice trick there, Mr. Mapmaker. All Protoss players appreciate you. And whenever they have to force field this or have to wall this, look, Ravagers can just walk there. It's not okay. New Stalkers coming in, the warp in, and I mean, battery's actually out of juice, but the supply is so far in favor right now. GG gets called. Creator wins game number 3 and puts himself at the match point. All right, game number 4 of this, I think the Clowny series maybe so far. It's just been weird. The strategies have been odd. They've been aggressive, fun to watch, but it's a Clowny series for sure. And this is I believe this was played in the round of 12, which means the prize money difference was something like 10 grand between, well, losing here or going on to the next round. It's, it's an impressive amount. They're putting it all on the line with these strats, so... It's just... You almost never see this type of stuff. It is very rare. Very, very rare in Korean StarCraft, in European StarCraft. North American StarCraft we usually don't care so much about, but... It is a very odd series here. Next is into core for Creator. And I wouldn't mind seeing some type of Glaive build here, like a Twilight opener, TC into maybe like a Disruptor drop follow-up. I think that would be cool as a mix-up. Now, of course, I don't want to backseat build orders. Most Protoss players have their own thought of what is good, what is bad, and what isn't. But Grassfang can be a very tricky map otherwise. It's just very open, and taking a fort base is honestly hell. Like, you have this large area to defend, or you need to take this as a forward base, but walling this off is super uncomfortable. There's ability to run by over here with Baneling, so it's just not so nice. It's going to be a Stargate. If it's going to be Stargate, I wouldn't mind, once again, seeing some type of Twilight build as a follow-up, like maybe like a 14 Glaive adept follow-up. Ooh! Gets the pylon down, so only two links. This is huge! This is huge! On match point, pulls out a huge move here. 2 links are going to move around and try to get something done. Creator realized what was going on here. Finishes the pylon? Could have killed that drone. Can still kill this drone. No, won't. These 2 links, what are they doing? They're gonna kill 1 worker at least. Maybe a second one? No. Stays with 1. That drone's gonna die, okay. So both players kill 1 worker. Is there even a queen here? No, there's nothing here right now. This adept in a little bit of trouble. Metabolic boost about to finish up as well. 3 overlords on the way, despite Dark not even being supply blocked. Look at this. It's gonna have 8 overlords. He won't be building overlords for the next 5 years. 41 out of 76. This is the world's worst build order. Creator built 2 pylons, which also wasn't entirely brilliant, but I think he's favored right now in this. I think so. I've just never seen this particular situation before. So yeah, I don't actually know. He's gonna go in from an odd angle with this Oracle. Could actually clear a couple of drones here if he goes in. Oh, actually, main base even better. Look at that. Boom. 1, 2, 3? No, 2. It's going to stick with 2. Takes a little bit of hull damage here on that Oracle. It's going to continue its long journey in towards the natural base location where the 3rd base is constructing currently. I guess it's the 3rd base location in that case, but it looks as a natural base. All right, it smells like a natural. If it smells like a natural, it looks like a natural, and moves like a natural, it probably is the Zerg's 3rd. That's an old Zerg proverb. Not a lot of people know that. There's a bunch of adepts. 3rd base really late. Gas is also really late. And we have a 3rd gate on the way. Oh no. And a Twilight. But this Twilight is also too late. What is this? What is this build order? So for reference, you can hit a Glaive adept timing after 2 Stargate units, maybe at like 5:30 or so with 12-ish adepts. I think right now Creator is hoping to hit a Glaive adept timing maybe at the 7-minute mark. I don't actually know what the plan is. Is it actually? He's actually gonna mass Glaive. He's actually gonna mass Glaive, isn't he? He's getting 2 more gates as well. We have Glaive. There's no robotics facility here. Did he spot something? Didn't spot an Evo chamber. Didn't spot a Baneling nest. This is his... He's doing this voluntarily. Maybe he's getting paid by someone to do this type of build. Maybe Creator has a friend who's a diamond player. And this friend sent him a build order. And rather than testing it out, Creator said, you know what? This looks good. Glaive timing, 1.5 minutes late. Yeah, I think I can get away with it. Dark is gonna hold this Glaive adept timing while getting +1, having a Baneling nest and a Roach Warren, a macro hatch in the main, and a 4th base. I'm still not worried here. Like, I'm legitimately not worried at all. He's showing the 2 extra adepts that are warped in there. If Dark builds any amount of roaches, the game ends. If Dark has any links at home that can morph into Banes, the game ends. Okay, just like this. The game has officially ended now. We have 1 Immortal on the way. Okay, it's not entirely over. There's still a lot of adepts, actually, but... There's a Spine, there's Queens. This is 66 drones. Like, +1 is gonna finish up in like 2 seconds. This is not supposed to work. Banelings here, ready for the detonation. Oracle's coming in. This... I don't know what this is. And +1 just finished up. He just legit held them all in. With a macro hatch in his main, having a fort base +1. Every tech structure that can be built on hatchery tech. Spores in every base. Well, I guess that's normal because it was against Stargates. But it just was not a good build. It was not a good build order. It really... This is like a reverse of what we saw in the Roach Hydra game. It's just not a good build. $142 supply for Dark. +2 on the way. Don't forget that this was a game in which Dark started by building 8 Overlords. To make sure he wouldn't be supply blocked until the 6-minute mark. It's completely over. +2 is going to finish up. Baneling's going to clear every single probe. Can probably attack before that. Does he have Baneling speed? No, no Baneling speed yet. It's actually kind of important. Injects are good. Builds 38 links at a time. All Queens are in the main waiting for a Prism that hasn't been built yet. No, it has been built. Just hasn't made its way across the map quite yet. We have a 4th Immortal coming in. 4 Ravagers as well, being morphed. And this is... Alright, that's a Baneling run by. That is a Baneling run by. Sadly, this Baneling run by is going to get spotted here by a bunch of adepts. There's no Baneling speed, actually, but I'm not sure if that actually matters. Dark not very worried about any of this. He's just going to waddle his way back home with his exploding boys. And he's going up to 5 bases right now. Probably considering throwing down a hive and attacking into brutes. Ling run by goes in, we'll take out this battery, and we'll take out every single unit that gets warped in as a result of that. I mean, these are +1 links. They're very powerful. They pack a punch. +2 about to finish up in 9 seconds as well. 17 probes have gone down already. Baneling's going to connect with, well, every adept that has ever lived. And as a result, Creator on 72 supply, Dark at 177. GG gets called, and we'll be going to our final game. Our final game of this... interesting and unique best of 5. And I mean, no disrespect to the players, of course. Both of these players are fantastic and absolutely destroy me if I were to play them. But it has just been weird. It has been a very weird one so far. And not at all what I expected. Like, Creator usually is a guy that, like I said, he optimizes his build orders and no minor detail goes unnoticed. Very aware of what he plays. That last game's build did not feel like that at all. It felt like something you throw together. It's like when I cook and I look in my fridge and I see pickles, a tomato, 2-week-old pasta, and some cheese. And then I'll put it in the frying pan and taste it. Put some pepper on top of it. Tastes terrible. Put it in the oven. New spices, still tastes terrible. Then you call your local Domino's and order a pizza. Except there was no pizza here for Creators. The build just tasted like my average dish. And that's not very good. Next is being built in the natural. And we have an adept chrono boost. Okay, Glaives. No, not Glaives. Fake the warp gate. Don't think Dark's gonna fall for it, because Dark's not an idiot. But I still like the thought of that. This is kind of a noob killer, you know? So basically what you do is you fake starting the warp gate and then you cancel it to get your Stargate and then you start it again. Against noobs, what sometimes can happen is that they don't recheck whether the warp gate is still spinning. So they believe you're playing Glaive and then get a fast Roach Warren, fast second gas. That might have actually been what happened with Dark in the first game of this series. I hadn't quite considered that. Double Ling run by, once again coming in, Adept coming in from the side. Alternate shots on different drones. Kills 1, kills 2, and escapes. And forces an extractor as well as a spore. This was a good start. How many links do we have? We have 6 links as well. And 2 links went down. World's greatest start here for Creator, perhaps? Yeah. Could go for a 1-gate third base as well on this map. It's one of these builds that is really powerful. Because you have a full wall with just 2 buildings. Or at least a hold wall with just 2 buildings. I'm not a fan of this. This is the type of thing that sounds good in theory, but always ends up biting you in the bum. Putting an Adept with 10 HP in the wall. Void Ray. After the Oracle. Second gate in the main. Rather than going for a quick third. Okay. I respect it. Plays it safe. Doesn't want to lose here, of course. Can he get that? Can he get that? Oh, didn't get that. I hated that creep tumors become invulnerable once they're invisible. If you don't have detection. So stupid. If the shot has already left you, it should still hit. Like, it still hits the target, but it doesn't. It's the same with a Banshee. If a Banshee cloaks as your Stalker shot is on their way, you don't actually hit it. And it always has pissed me off that that happens. Because it's always that one shot that would have killed the Banshee as well. Not that Banshees are a huge problem for Protoss, but, you know, if they were, it would have pissed me off even more. Okay, Void Ray being popped out. Where are you going? Oh, here you go. Oracle, Void Ray, Oracle. It means that these Overlords are going to have a hard time here, staying alive and getting information. The only information they're gonna get is that there's a Void Ray attacking them with a massive laser beam. That's usually the type of information you can go without. Wait, did this Oracle just kill 4 workers? No shot. Yes, shot. Good start here. Look at this. Is this the perfect game so far? The perfect game. 580 minerals lost on the side of Dark. 0 minerals lost on the side of Creator. Is a little bit supply blocked. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of all these overlays. Apparently they stack. I didn't know that. Oh, another drone that's going to get taken out. This is a standoff, which a drone doesn't win. Gets blasted in the face. Yeah, Creator's playing very clean this game. Very, very clean play so far this game. Really nice. Has this Void Ray here to control the creep spread as well. 2 more Adepts moving towards the outer side. Look at this. This is a great setup for some harass. Observer coming out. Forged Twilight as a follow-up. We have more gateways coming in. Good Chrono Boost usage as well on this Nexus. Would love to see 2 extra gases being taken. As a Roach War and M+1 here are on the way for Dark. Dark in a very, very meager position currently. This is not a position that as a Zerg player you want to be in. Still, these Adept harassment units are around. Could go in at any time, but are not going to yet. Not yet. What are these guys doing? Wrong control group, my friend. Wrong control group. Here come the double oracles. 1, 2. Ooh, that was a miss. That was a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Ooh. This is an album of greatest hits here. As 6. Ooh, 6 drones go down. Recall. No, don't recall. Okay, 1 oracle goes down. Here come the adepts. 1 adept group gets sent in. 2nd adept group gets sent in. Now we're going to see the splits out of Dark. Are they good? Are they good? Are they fantastic? They're fine. Target fire on the drones is not brilliant here, but still another 5 workers, 6 workers will go down. Bailing Nest on the way, as 5 roaches have already started producing. Fort Base has finished up for Dark, and Creator into 2nd robotics facility and a Robo Bay. This is the build that Hero favors as well in this matchup. Please tell me this Immortal is on hold position. It indeed is. Now this is a single player build, as we'd like to call it. This is a build where you can do very little. There's no real potential to make a difference. But it's still a good timing. It's a timing that can hit hard. But if Dark knows what's going on, he can go to a high drone count, like 80, 81, 82, get an infestation pit, tech into Hive, and defend with Ravager Bane, eventually moving into Vipers. The worst thing that Dark could do is staying on a lower drone count, 72, 73, but he's already past that, so it's irrelevant. And then going for an attack. That would be the worst thing he could do. Dark just needs to wait for a longer game right now. Wait for a longer game, wait for the Viper. Phoenix being built? Is he afraid of Mutas? It's a weird unit to be afraid of if you're playing against someone that doesn't have a gas yet in the main. Guess there's been extra gases taken at the fort though, so maybe it would have been possible. Prism picks up these adepts. This last game is a little bit more standard. So we have our Fort Nexus on the way, Immortal, third Colossus, Infestation Pit. A little bit slow on the Infestation Pit. I think Dark was afraid. I mean, his creep spread is quite poor. He didn't have a great early game either, so I understand, you know, why he's hesitant. Attacking quickly. I still feel like that Hive should be coming out right now. Did he cancel it? No. Didn't cancel the Infestation Pit. Just gonna get the Hive over here. I like that he's opening up some of these rocks as well. I think that's a good call. Centrifugal Hook's about to finish up. +2 getting close as well. Do you want to go for a push here if you're Dark? No, you don't. You want to wait for Vipers. I'm pretty sure about that. What do you want to do if you're Creator in this case? I think Creator wants to push out. Close to a maxed army. Stand close by creep. And then if Dark ever engages into you, you take a really good fight. But you don't engage into Dark until the creep disappears. I think that is the plan here. But he really wants to start moving out. Dark wants to stop a move out. So this looks like an attack, but it's more of a poke. It is saying, hey, you're not allowed to move out yet. Woo! You can't be serious. This guy's a genius. This attack would have been stopped just by these 2 oracles, but right now, it's going to be a different story. Yes, well, yeah, Templar gets taken out as well. Here come the Banelings. +2 has finished up. And here come even more Banelings. Creator in a lot of trouble. And, well, these Banelings also in a lot of trouble right now, as they don't really connect with anything. And they do end up dying. Ooh, nice movement. Yeah, that was like 25 Banelings that died. 85 army supply against 97. Thermal lens is done. Vipers need to be started right now. Instead, we see Adrenal Glands. 7 Ravagers? No, you need a Viper. There's triple Oracle, there's triple Colossus, 5 Immortals. 1 or 2 Vipers would be fantastic here. Instead, we see Dark going in once again. I don't think Dark understands his position. He can just sit back and get Vipers and Ultra Cavern, then go again. Probably do want to trade on the other side of the map. That way you have more time to rebuild, rather than sitting back and, you know, getting taken out on your side and having no time to rebuild new reinforcements. That way you can make use of your bank. So I do kind of like this, but I think the lack of Vipers is starting to trigger me a little bit. 50 more Lings on the way as well. Gas income a little bit low, as this gas hasn't been taken yet or isn't mining. These gases aren't mining either. That means that Baneling count is going to remain low. 121 Lings. Is he just going to run by with pure Ling? Look at this. 7 Immortals, 2 Colossus. What in the world is Creator playing? This is a new build order. This is a new style. Just massing robo units. Adrenal Glands almost done. That means that these Lings are going to be a lot better, but still, Archons in good positions with batteries could deal with it. Sadly, there's no battery to help this Archon out. Immortals popping in. 170 supply, though, of Creator. Against 190 supply, 200 supply of Dark. Here comes a pure Ravager attack. 1 Colossus, an Archon, 2 Adepts, and an Immortal. They'll stand strong. I think it's counter-attack time here. Still no Vipers. What is this? No Vipers. This is an only hatchery tech unit challenge. So far, 140 Lings, 42 Banes, 1 Roach have gone down. That's it. Not a single layer tech unit has been built, except for an Overseer maybe. Has an Overseer been built? Yeah, 1. Here comes the Ling run by, no battery in position. This push actually has some potential. Can we get control? Yes, we can get control. Moves on creep immediately, wants to go for the throat. Does not want to give us a... Ooh, Dark with a move command. Okay, Prism moving forward. One big warp in of Zealots. Maybe it's possible, actually. This wall's going to get taken out. Are we seeing a full-on base trade scenario? I think we might just be seeing a full-on base trade scenario. Zealot warp in at home, but Adrenal Gland's links are so strong with the +2 as well. Yeah, they're absolutely ripping these Zealots to shreds. I think if the bases weren't broken, Creator actually would have been... Wait, is that recall? But to no base, he's dead. He's just gonna lose the base trade, isn't he? There's a lot of money in the bank as well. Banelings going absolutely to town here on these units that were getting warped in. At the same time, Link's going ham. 86 army supply against 104. There's still a lot of income as well for Dark. Creator has not rebuilt their base and is being revealed. These are the final buildings for Creator. But even if he clears up this entire army, I still don't think it's going to be good enough. And honestly, I don't think he's going to be capable of clearing this entire army. There we go. Pylon goes down. No GG in time. Dark wins the game due to the elimination of buildings rather than by killing the army. And I think he could have done both. This is going to be it in this weird series. I am not quite sure what to say, except I hope you all enjoyed it. It's definitely some unique gameplay. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.